Previously on Dages and Dragons.
So we're going to start with Sawyer. So Sawyer, you head back off into town.
He's probably going to be looking for food first because he's still hungry from Act 1.
So Popsi, you sort of slammed the brakes on the car, pulled it over.
I'm in a little bit of shock just from the car, like, abruptly getting pulled over.
I think the important question on everybody's minds, does the Jello mold survive?
We do see the Jello mold is in the back, the car slammed. The Jello mold wobbles. I don't know.
Is the Jello mold buckled in?
No, there were no seatbelts in the 70s. Ellie, you're going to head off to the party with your Jello mold still intact.
Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Dages and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games.
Welcome to Dages and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence quested in exchange for treasures.
Red River.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
I'll grab the Jello mold and I'll hand it over.
This looks delicious and amazing. I cannot wait to try it.
Just something I whipped together.
Louis keep his hands off until it's time. He's like, you take your time and come on in.
All right, I'm terribly sorry. It'll just be a moment.
Not a problem at all.
So Davey, basically tells me what he saw, and I'm basically saying, go. Popsy ran home to go radio back. Go fill him in on, if you can, real quick. Fill him in on what's going on because he might need to know. He was going back to let them kind of talk to them and find out what was going on with you.
So I'll just be like, okay, great, and then I'm like, so I rush home to talk to Popsy to fill him in on everything.
What's your trait spread again, Davey?
For the actor?
Well, no, just what are your traits? What's your adventure, thought, and drama?
0, 2, and -1.
Okay. Can you make me a thought roll? So that's going to be 4 dice. Keep your best 2.
Yes. 11.
All right. So you hear this, and then you're like, "No, wait! Something weird happened. The truck just vanished." And so as we see you, and you come to the point where you would go to the right to head home. We see you head to the left and taking your time. And as you're sort of driving around, you see that there's like a sort of like between two housing plots. There's like a road that sort of heads into the woods. Maybe it's sort of like they wanted to add to the development and they didn't finish. And you see there's like fresh tracks in the dirt sort of heading here.
I'm going to follow the tracks.
Okay, are you leaving your bike, taking your bike?
So you said it's a dirt road, right?
Yeah, so it's sort of like, in a development, like they may, have plans to sort of further development, make a new road or something. This is sort of maybe where the construction vehicles would go. Something along those lines. So
can the bike handle like a dirt road like that? So I would imagine
it can handle it for now. If it can't, I'll let you know. But you can ride it in for a bit.
Okay, yeah. I'll ride it in then.
Okay. So you're sort of riding in your sweet banana seat bike, and you're sort of heading in. And again, you notice this stuff. And at this point, your hearing still activated. Like you can pick up like the sound of like engine, sort of like cutting off in there. And you're sort of heading in, and you come to a gate. And the gate is locked, and you can get around it, but like a car cannot get around it. It's just sort of a gate, like when they build stuff like this and sort of have it across the driveway. So,
I'm gonna get around the gate.
Okay, so you get around the gate, and are you still taking your bike?
So the bike can get through it and everything like that.
Yep, you can still keep.
Okay, so I'm going through on the bike.
Okay. So you continue driving down, and you come across. Let me pull up. Not do all my due diligence here. There we go. So sort of like the road continues, and it sort of looks like it's a construction road again. It looks like maybe they considered doing stuff. The road's a little swampy. Like the as you sort of get deeper in here, it's a little like because you're near the water, so it's not necessarily. It's wetlands ostensibly. Like you're still able to ride your bike. It's a little slower, but it's muddy. The road is muddy. And you see this sort of house sort of off in the distance. Like they'd started to build a house maybe down this development and then stopped because things got a little muddy. And so can you guys see that picture?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you know what these things are about? So what's interesting about this house is there's like no walkway to it. It just is this weird house sitting in the middle of nowhere that sort of attracts your attention in some
So
way.
it's like a water pumping station, right? Or something.
You could continue on, or you could, go back home.
I'm gonna continue on.
Okay, what do you want to do?
So everything kind of stops at the pump station, basically. Or
Well, no, the road keeps going. Again, the road's getting kind of like
more
like
rocky.
the ground is a little bit wet and stuff. So
Okay.
I shared this video. So what's interesting about the house where you are is the house where you are doesn't seem to have any sort of door. So it's not exactly like this, but it's that same idea that there's a house where something's off.
Okay.
So there's this house in the middle of the woods with like a construction road going in, and there's no door to it. It's just like windows.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate the house. I'm gonna see if I can like find like an open window or some kind of entranceway. If not, I'm gonna keep walking. Like if I can get in, I'm gonna keep walking.
Let's give a thought roll.
11 again.
11 again. So you're sort of wandering around, and you can see there's like some beer cans and stuff around here. You see little mini bike tracks around the house. They weren't there on the road, but it looks like this might be a place where like kids are, someone's coming out here and partying, if that makes sense. You sort of go around and start looking in the windows, and it looks like it might be, as you said, sort of a pump station or something like this. You can't quite see too much going on, in there, because again, you don't have a light or anything. So you're just sort of looking, and it looks like there's all sorts of like industrial type gear inside. And you come up and you can see that like one of the windows has been sort of, popped, so you could pop it up if you want. We're gonna cut. So Popsi, Sawyer, you get the call back, CB lingo, blah, blah, blah. And they say that the license plate is fictional. They believe it belongs to Odessa, and that you should definitely investigate. They give you a rough idea of where Davi is, and it is not far from the house where everything else is, because you all have sort of tracking chips in your cybernetics. And that's the information that the two of you get, Sawyer and Popsi.
I'll kind of just look at Sawyer and then head to my room to put on my spy gear.
Black turtleneck.
Yep. And by spy gear, I mean a black turtleneck.
It's the 70s. That's the spy gear.
Yeah, I believe Sawyer will be doing the same.
All right. Excellent. And are you guys going to head down there?
Oh, yeah. Beeline it straight for Davy's position.
Yep.
Okay, well, it's not an exact position. It's more like this rough area. We see sort of the thing, and like we see that he's off sort of somewhere nearby this. And technology's not what it is now.
Right.
Whoever has a better thought can make a roll of the two of you.
I roll a 10.
10. So you sort of are there, and you're like, and you sort of look out and ask some questions. They give you the address, and it's down near where Ellie is as well. Like something's happened there, but obviously they're not together. You're able to discern that, but sort of everything sort of comes to a head as everyone is near in the same place. So you guys head off. We see Popsi go into the garage, and he's got a little sort of moped thing, and we see the two of you get on the moped. This feels like a 70s thing to have. So you guys get on the moped and head out and head down towards where the action is.
Just want to interject real quick,
Yep.
because I don't think Sawyer would want to sit on the moped with Popsi. He'll probably hold on to the back of the moped and skateboard behind.
Oh, all right. I love that. Let's give an adventure roll. That sounds awesome.
All right.
Your cybernetic feet allow you to
That
do
is a 1,
Well, he's
so
not going to
3
use
dice.
that away, but it's just got a sweet little plastic skateboard. So, all right.
That is a 7.
Okay. So do you want to fail or do you want to succeed?
I want to succeed.
Okay.
Failure sounds like it'll hurt.
So you sort of are holding on, but you're giving up control of your character. We see you sort of holding on to the back. You look awesome doing this thing, and we'll come back in a second. So you sort of take off. Popsy's like, get on. We see you take out your skateboard and sort of tow behind. Popsy sighs and rolls his eyes and let him sketch along behind you. And you look awesome, and no doubt there's going to be many letters to the network about sort of dangers, stuff like this. And we'll come back to you. Ellie, you're sort of at the part. You're sort of at this dinner party. You come in, and very sort of 70s decor, lots of wood grain stuff, green carpeting, and we see that there's a bunch of other sort of adults here as well.
Oh, so I kind of walk in and I see. Does Elena notice me walk in, or is she just kind of like doing?
Oh, yeah. Like when you're ready, like you sort of go in, and she's like, oh hi, you see her sort of in the kitchen, and you go in and make sure your Jell-O mold's good, but you notice that there's more people than you thought there would be. They're sort of hanging out, having drinks and socializing. There's some sort of music playing off the high fidelity stereo, and maybe you're a little surprised that there's more people than you thought would be here.
Yeah. So like I do. I walk in, and I'm a little like, you could probably even just see like in the body language that she's a little like taken aback by it, not necessarily upset by it, because I'm sure she's probably excited to meet some people. Definitely excited to meet people. And she walks in, she's like, Elena, I'm so sorry. I took care of all of that. But thank you so much for inviting me over tonight. I'm happy to be here. And hello, everybody.
Well, so as you're saying this, she's like, well, let's go. I invited some other people too. I thought you might want to meet some people. Single woman like yourself, just moved to town, so I invited some of my friends over. She, comes in and she's like, hi everyone, this is Ellie. Ellie, this is everyone. Just go and introduce yourselves. I'm just finishing up with dinner. And an attractive man comes over and goes, hi Ellie, my name's Brett. Welcome to our little town.
Oh, hello, Brett. No, thank you very much. We just moved in just a little bit ago, so I'm happy to be here and meeting everybody. What do you do for work?
I own the hardware store in town, and it's a family business, and I took it over from my father, and I've been here. What do you do for work?
Well, I'm right now. I'm really just a homemaker. I take care of my family, and I've got a little boy, Davi, and I've got my father that lives with us, my son-in-law, my brother-in-law rather. So I'm kind of at home all day, making sure everybody's taken care of.
Oh, I hope that you get some time for yourself.
Oh, I do. I make sure a little bit of time for myself every day.
Could you make a drama roll, please?
Absolutely. So that is a 0. So I'm still. Am I rolling 2
dice? 2 dice. Yep.
That would be a 7 total.
Okay. Where do you want to go? So this is a situation. Do you want to maintain control of your character, or do you want to give up control of your character?
I will. If I give up, I'm assuming I failed, or no?
If you give up,
keep control,
you succeed.
Yes. If I give up, I fail. Or if I keep control, yeah. I will succeed then. I will succeed and give up control of the character.
So you'll succeed and give up control of your character. So you're sort of looking around and like you're not the best at sort of these things here, but you're sort of gathering around and like Brett, he seems like, looks like he's single and doesn't have a wedding ring on, and you're looking around and he's like, everyone's sort of eyeing you. And, we see you sort of engaged in some other conversations, and some stuff happens here. Someone takes your car keys and all stuff. And it's at this point that you're like, hey, this is a weird party. And you sort of, as this is happening, and then the light starts dimming, and we see someone coming out with a big bowl with all the keys in it, like shaking it around. And what do you want to do here? So you've sort of gone along with this, and now you're at that moment where you're like, wait a second, something's weird here. So yeah. So like you said, the lights dim, and I see the person with the bowl. So, like in terms of game mechanics, you succeeded. So you picked up on the vibe, but you also gave up your keys and stuff, and you sort of got wrapped up into it. And we're sort of like at the next juncture where like Oh wait, what have I done?
Oh, so okay. So I kind of like
just
am now
accidentally
realizing.
join a cult.
Yeah, so you picked up on all the clues of what was happening, but
Yeah.
it was too late. Like, so it's not exactly too late. It's right at that moment before it's too late.
Before it's too late. Sure. So I kind of quickly realize what's going on, and I guess I'll go over to I'll see if I can find Elena.
Sure. Yeah.
And I just kind of asked her, like, Elena, I thought this was going to be like a small little like dinner party. What is this? Is this what I think? Is it? What is going on here?
All right. So, what are you trying to do here?
I guess I'm trying to find out if this is one of those infamous key parties that I have heard about, and if it is, I want nothing to do with it.
You can use thought, and thought is sort of like, thought is going to be more blunt. You can use drama, and drama will be more subtle. So which would you like to use here?
I'm going to go for the subtleties,
Okay.
mostly because that's also the better stat.
That's fine with your choice, but it's all sort of how it plays out. So
Yep. But no, I think in also Ellie's case too, she would probably try to go for the more like indirect rush. She wouldn't be super blunt about it. She would.
sure, absolutely. So let's make a drama roll.
All right, so that is a 6 total.
Oh boy. So 6 is not good, as you know.
Yep.
So your ultimate goal is to get out if things are what they think it is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're sort of chatting, we see you sort of talking, and we see and she's no, it's not, it's just, we're just friends here, all just members of the community. And Brett comes over. He's like, oh, let's why don't you and I, sort of, head outside and maybe get some fresh air. And you go out, like, he's very attractive and this and that. And you go out and you realize, like, you see that he's holding your keys in his hand as you sort of step out onto the porch. So what do you want to do?
So I obviously I go out with him. I'm a little reserved, and
Oh, sure, no, absolutely.
yeah, and so I kind of like, I kind of awkwardly look at him and like, it's like, there's definitely a lot more people than I thought here tonight. I'm happy to meet everybody, but I think this took me by surprise a little bit.
Oh, I think there's a lot of people happy to meet you. He's like, but for right now, I'm the lucky one. And he sort of jingles the keys and puts him in his sort of ugly 70s jacket, his sort of thing here. So, so what do you want to do?
I guess realizing that he has my keys.
Yep.
I could I guess I could either make a scene or not.
You're outside with him privately.
Right.
If you want to get your keys, you could do it with adventure. You could grab them and run to your car. You could certainly try and sort of look like you're moving in for an embrace and pull them from there and run to your car.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is I was kind of going to try and like lean into the moment and kind of try and like, make him think I'm going along with things.
Okay.
And try to pickpocket my keys out of his pocket.
Okay, so do you want to use adventure to try and pull it there, or do you want to try and
adventure? Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'm going to do adventure on that one. So
this will be our final intention of the third act. So roll your adventure.
All right, and that is an 11.
Okay, so we see you sort of come in, and we have the camera is like behind you, and sort of the lighting is all this and that, and we then see your hands sort of slip in, and you say, well, I'll just be right back, sweetie, and you sort of head out and head back into the house, and then like as quickly and sneakily as you can, sort of move through the rooms, avoiding things as you see couples pairing up and heading off into various rooms everywhere, and head out into your car and take off.
Yes, in the direction
Is that
of
right?
in the direction of home.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.